Hey everyone! If your medical device already has approvals like CE marking from the European Union, FDA clearance, or approval from the United States, and you're planning to enter Hong Kong, then you might be thinking, do we still need full registration? Can we reuse CE or FDA approval to speed things up? Will it reduce cost and time? And the short answer is yes, but not in the way most companies expect. Because many manufacturers assume CE/FDA equals automatic approval in Hong Kong. But reality is very different. In Hong Kong, under Medical Device Administrative Control System, global approvals like CE and FDA help support your application, improve credibility, reduce documentation gaps, but they do not replace local requirements. They do not guarantee approval. They do not eliminate documentation needs. And this misunderstanding leads to delayed approvals, weak submissions, rejected documentation packages, rework costs, lost distributor confidence. So in this complete guide, we will cover how CE and FDA approvals are actually used in Hong Kong, step-by-step registration strategy, how to convert global approvals into MDACS advantage, timeline breakdown, cost breakdown, very important, documents required, gap analysis strategy, common mistakes with real examples, how to reduce approval time, distributor strategy impact, how smart companies leverage global approvals. Let's begin. Part 1. The real role of CE and FDA in Hong Kong. First truth you must understand. CE marking and FDA approval are strong regulatory credentials, but are not Hong Kong registration substitutes. In Hong Kong, MDACS is risk-based and documentation-driven. So global approvals support your technical file, reduce review questions, strengthen credibility, but they do not eliminate local assessment. Real example. A manufacturer submitted FDA-cleared device expecting fast approval, but local documentation gaps still existed. Intended use needed alignment. Labeling required modification. Result: approval still required full review cycle. Key insight: global approvals are an advantage, not a shortcut. Part 2. How Hong Kong uses CE and FDA approval. Step 1. Regulatory recognition as supporting evidence. Authorities may consider CE technical file, FDA 510K or PMA documentation, ISO certifications, clinical evaluation reports. What this means: these documents strengthen submission, reduce justification burden, improve credibility, but still require localization. Common mistake: submitting CE certificate alone without full technical adaptation. Example: company assumed CE mark was sufficient proof, but risk analysis did not match local format. Result: clarification request issued. Fix: Always convert CE/FDA data into MDACS compatible format. Step 2. Gap analysis between global and Hong Kong requirements. This is the most important step. You must compare CE technical file versus MDACS requirements, FDA submission versus Hong Kong documentation needs. Areas to check: intended use wording, risk classification alignment, clinical evidence depth, labeling requirements, IFU structure. Common mistake: assuming FDA or CE files are fully transferable. Example: FDA intended use statement was broader than Hong Kong expectations. Result: required revision of labeling and IFU. Fix: always perform pre-submission gap analysis. Step 3. Document conversion strategy. Instead of redoing everything, convert existing CE/FDA documents into MDACS format. What gets reused? Clinical evaluation reports, risk management files, test reports, manufacturing certifications. What needs adaptation? Labeling IFU, intended use statement, local compliance format. Common mistake: resubmitting raw FDA/CE documents without adaptation. Fix: translate regulatory evidence into local structure. Step 4. Local Responsible Person (LRP) alignment. In Hong Kong, most foreign manufacturers require local responsible person support. Role of LRP: regulatory communication, submission handling, post-market coordination. Common mistake: using LRP only as administrative contact. Example: LRP lacked technical understanding. Result: slow response to authority queries. Fix: choose experienced regulatory LRP support. Step 5. Submission strategy using global approvals. Now you submit MDACS application, supporting CE/FDA evidence. Localized documentation strategy. Tip: do not highlight CE/FDA as replacement. Instead, use them as supporting validation tools. Mistake: overemphasizing FDA/CE in submission. Fix: focus on MDACS compliance first, global approvals second. Part 3. Step-by-step process. Step 1. Device classification review. Confirm: risk class, intended use alignment. Mistake: using EU/FDA classification without review. Fix: perform local classification confirmation. Step 2. Document gap analysis. Check: clinical data completeness, risk documentation alignment, labeling consistency. Mistake: missing small inconsistencies between documents. Fix: full todayization. Step 3. Document conversion. Convert: FDA 510K MDACS Format CE Technical File Hong Kong Structure. Step 4. LRP Preparation. Ensure communication readiness, submission capability. Step 5. Submission. Submit full technical dossier supporting CE/FDA evidence, local documentation. Part 4. Timeline breakdown. With CE/FDA support, 3 to 9 months, faster review possible. Without proper adaptation, 6 to 12 plus months. What causes delay? Poor document alignment, missing localization, weak LRP communication, inconsistent claims. Key insight: CE/FDA helps speed, but only if properly integrated. Part 5. Cost breakdown. Direct costs. Regulatory consulting, documentation adaptation, LRP services, submission support. Hidden costs: relabeling, resubmission cycles, extended approval time, distributor hesitation, lost revenue opportunity. Example: company used CE file without adaptation. Result: additional rework doubled project cost. Key lesson: ignoring localization increases total cost significantly. Part 6. Biggest mistakes. Mistake 1. Thinking CE/FDA equals approval. Result: wrong expectations. Mistake 2. Skipping gap analysis. Result: delays. Mistake 3. Using unchanged FDA/CE files. Result: non-compliance issues. Mistake 4. Weak LRP coordination. Result: slow communication. Mistake 5. Over-reliance on global approvals. Result: market entry confusion. Key insight: global approvals support success, but do not replace local strategy. Part 7. Final strategic takeaway. Smart strategy summary. Use CE/FDA as supporting evidence. Always localize documentation. Perform gap analysis early. Align LRP and submission strategy. Avoid copy-paste submissions. Treat MDACS as primary framework. One powerful sentence: CE and FDA approvals don't give you entry into Hong Kong. They give you a head start, not the finish line. Planning to register your medical device in Hong Kong using CE or FDA approval? Don't let poor document conversion, weak regulatory planning, missing gap analysis, incorrect assumptions, delayed submissions slow your market entry. Why choose OMC Medical? MDACS regulatory expertise, CE/FDA conversion strategy, technical documentation support, LRP coordination, gap analysis services, fast-track submission planning. Whether you're leveraging FDA, CE, or both, talk to OMC Medical experts today. If this video helped you understand how to correctly use CE and FDA approvals for Hong Kong registration, follow OMC Medical for more global regulatory strategies, medical device compliance insights, and international market entry guidance. See you in the next video.